Kelly, it's 1 o'clock.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
You can have a seat here.
Thanks.
And Jen, right?
Yes.
Jen. Is there any other name that you would like to be addressed as?
Nope, Jen is fine.
Jen is fine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How was the ride over here? Did you find the facility okay? Directions, traffic?
Yeah, no problem. Parking's always a little crazy in
Okay.
DC, but
Other than that was good?
Yep, it's good.
So you have some coffee. You didn't bring me any? No?
No, it looks like you have some right there.
Yep, that's true. That's true. Okay, Jen, I'm glad you decided to come in.
Thanks.
First, I have some things I would like to go over with you. First, it was I know you had some paperwork that
Yes, I did.
Okay, thank you. Paperwork that my assistant provided.
Yes.
And you reviewed some items in there that we're going to discuss in a couple of seconds. But first, I would like to just give you a quick background about myself.
Okay.
I am a licensed counselor.
Okay.
I did my graduate work at Bowie State University. I've been working in the counseling field for about 7 years now. And I'm an eclectic counselor, which means I can pull from various theories that can address some of the issues that you're coming in here to visit me about.
Do you have a specific theory that you tend to use or work with more?
Yeah, I do. And the name of that theory is the Gestalt theory.
Okay.
And we'll get more into that as the sessions move on. And I can give you a brief synopsis of that later on after we finish this.
Okay, great.
But that's a good question. I'm glad you asked that. A lot of my clients don't really, I say certain things and I'm not sure if they have the understanding, but that's a great question.
Okay.
We were speaking about the form with the confidentiality, but
right.
So were you able to complete the forms?
Yeah, I think I signed off on or reviewed everything and filled a lot of paperwork.
Okay.
Here you go.
All right. So in here it reviewed, stated a couple of things that are significant with counseling. One being the starting time and finishing time.
Right.
So the expectations, I think, for both of us is that, from your standpoint, is that I be prepared to receive you and be on time, and the same for yourself is that you're here on time and then our session ends on time also. Then there is another clause that speaks to you missing any sessions. I need a 24-hour notification.
Okay.
Or you still would be responsible for payment for that session. Is that okay?
So if I don't give you 24-hour notice, I have to pay for the session even though I don't make it?
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. Unless there's something that was just tragic that happened.
Okay.
There's
so like
always
serious emergencies?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That
And
makes
that
sense.
can be considered waiving that fee.
Okay.
Okay. That sounds good?
Sounds great.
That's good. That's good.
And you said, starting on time and ending on time. I guess I just wanted to know about how long the sessions are, because I've heard from friends of mine who've done therapy that they've seen somebody for 2 hours, or they did like an hour and a half.
Right. Well, my sessions, they're 55 minutes long. 55
great.
minutes long. And at certain times, I like to stick to that, but like I said, if there's some special or issue that has come up where we need to address some things, we have within the facility services that can help you or address anytime there's some things that are going on outside of that allotted time. So, and I'll give you that information before the session ends today. Okay, that sounds good?
Sounds great.
All right, and the insurance piece, if your insurance doesn't cover the portion that they should pay, then you are held accountable or responsible to make that payment.
Okay.
Right, and I think all of that was handled up front.
Yes, they told me about my copay and
Okay.
and all that stuff.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, confidentiality, that was something else that was in here, and after I review that, I'm gonna have you to sign,
Okay.
stating that you understood that. And basically, that just means that whatever is said during our sessions, it totally stays between us. The only time that I would have to go outside of that confidentiality segment is when you make reference to harming yourself or harming someone else. Then I am required to alert the appropriate authorities or officials about that. Do you understand that?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I think that what is important for me is to be sure that anything that I talk about here, I feel like it's, you know, sensitive, private stuff, and I would
Right.
be,
Exactly.
you know, it's already hard enough for me to talk about
Right.
stuff
Right.
with people,
Right.
and especially like not, you know, knowing
Yes.
you. But
Yes.
so the confidentiality and keeping things private is really,
Right.
really important to me. But
Right.
I hear that if I come in here and say that I'm going to go
Right, do something.
hurt myself, that you would have to,
Or anyone else.
or
Yes.
anyone else. Oh,
You have the
okay.
duty to warn
Yeah.
the appropriate
Okay.
individuals and authorities.
Okay.
All right.
That makes
So I'm just
sense.
going to have you quickly to sign that off for me,
Okay.
please.
Sure. No problem. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. So another question that I had is in reference to your previous contacts, or if you've had any therapy in the past. Any,
No, I haven't. This is really the first time that I've done anything like this. I have, like I said before, I have friends who've been seeing therapists their whole
Right.
lives, and
right.
and I've not really. I think I again feel really, you know, I'm definitely a private person, and
Right. Right.
worry about talking about certain things, and I
Exactly.
definitely have fear of being judged, and
Right.
I think some of it's sort of embarrassing, and
I can understand.
so I've never really been excited about the idea of talking about
Talking.
everything, yeah, openly with someone, but I feel like I've reached a place where I
Right.
need to.
Well, that's a natural feeling, and I can understand why you have those concerns. Did your friends ever give you any negative feedback about the counseling sessions, or were they positive feedbacks about the counseling?
I think the majority of them were pretty positive.
Right.
They sound like that the person that they were seeing, the therapist, was really supportive and, you know, just really supportive.
Right.
So that's great.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
I think I've only heard positive things. I just think my whole life I've had a hard time sort of opening up and.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, I know you've made the correct or the right step
Okay.
in coming in, and maybe that, you know, I would like for us to work together so that we can move to a place where you're able to address some of the issues that you're having. I was reading in this eval that was provided from your primary care physician,
Right.
because I believe you were referred
Yes.
to me through your primary care physician.
Yes.
Right.
So
right.
I talked to my primary care physician, not in great detail, but just mentioned some things to her, and she gave me a list of therapists, and you were the first one that she mentioned, so she thought you would be, you know,
Okay.
a great fit. So
That's
you were
nice.
the first and only person I called.
Wow. Okay.
So.
That makes me feel good. She has some type of faith or in me. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So, what brings you in today?
So you know, like I said, it's definitely, well, what brings me in today is that I am struggling in my marriage. You know, my husband and I are having a hard time, and it's been going on for some time, and I think we're just reaching a point where, you know, I'm worried that he's going to leave.
Wow.
And well, I know that marriage takes two people. I feel like I have a good majority